I have some chain, I have some earrings, and I have some charms, which also happens to be earrings. What can we make? As you saw, we have one chain and 2 pairs of earrings. Can we turn it into something else? Well, we're going to find out, aren't we, in this video. And if you're new here, I'm Vicki, and we are going to take that one chain, vintage chain that I've upcycled before, so I don't have a whole lot of it left, and 2 pairs of earrings, so that gives me 4 earrings, 4 earrings to work with. And I just showed you those earrings in a recent Friday finds. Well, you know, I'm always up for a challenge. How about you? All right, let's get started and see what I can come up with out of these few pieces that I'm going to attempt to upcycle. Today we're going to upcycle some chain. This is vintage chain that I took off of a necklace. These earrings were in a recent haul. How about this pair of earrings? I really think these are cool. They're very lightweight, gold tone metal, filigree. I could actually see making a whole bunch of earrings out of this. Thought they were really pretty filigree. Got quite a few of these to work with. And in that same haul, I had shown these earrings. These earrings are really cute. Check these out. They're a very pastel gold tone. They have little flowers on them. I mean, really, truly, they could be worn just like they are. Or I can take them apart for the charms. Kind of a flower power. Let's lay those out so you can see those. So I'm going to take some of this apart and see what we can do. Start with the chain. See how much we have to work with. Do I have enough to make a 19-inch necklace? Because I happen to prefer 19 over 18. So I'm coming out here to 9.5, although I do have the clasp. So I could probably back off a little bit here and still be okay. Let's do this again. 9.5 and 9.5 is a 19-inch necklace, but I need to allow for a clasp. So I'm just going to remove a little bit of this chain on this end. So I have enough chain. Check. Put a check mark in that box. We have enough chain to work with. I've made a lot from this chain. Made a bunch of earrings. I just really like the texture on it. Okay, so we have our chain. Don't need the ruler anymore. Let's go ahead and put a clasp on here. So where can I get the clasp from? I think I'll use a toggle clasp. Now I can see that this is a lighter gold than these. That is a concern. Quite different in the coloring. So I may not want to go with these. It happens. I'll find something else. I decided to use a swivel clasp because it won't stand out as much compared to the toggle clasp. And I've got a jump ring here. I think this is about 8 millimeter. Just going to put it on the end. Close it up. Oh, I need a jump ring to add the clasp. I could use a smaller one, but I'm going to go with this one right here. So it has plenty of flexibility on the other end of the chain. Necklace. Necklace is done, and I have extra chain that I can add for an extension. But right now, let's just find the center. Go ahead and hook this. And just find the center of our necklace, right about here. Let's take a look at these earrings. I did take a few pieces off of one of them. Take a look at it. Each one is attached by a jump ring. So I just have to find the cut in the jump ring, and I'm using 2 flat nose pliers and holding one side stationary and opening up the other one. And I'm going to try to keep that jump ring on there for now. So let's get some of these off of here. I'm sure you've seen earrings like this before. These little, I don't know what they call these earrings. I guess you could almost call these earrings a chandelier type. What do you call them when they have all these components dangling? Do you call it a chandelier? You know what? I need my needle nose pliers, also known as chainmail pliers. These are flat nose, and they work quite well. But right now, I need to get in here a little bit closer. Open these up where the cut is and the jump ring. Move that out of the way so you can see. Again, trying to keep the jump ring with it because I'm probably going to reuse those. I'll just play some music while I get a few more of these off of here. How's that? Be back, tell you what I'm going to do next as soon as I figure out what I'm going to do next. Because I never know what I'm going to do. You know that by now. I just play. I show you what I'm doing to inspire you to get into your bead stash and have fun. See if you have anything like what I'm using. And then you can make things too. Boy, my eyesight's going here. I will play some music.
If only I could finish something, run straight through to the end, close a chapter dignified. Dang girl, you did it again. But will it ever be enough when I'm bent on trying to keep it tough? Will I ever settle down, happy with the here and now? When will it ever be enough? Ever be enough? Ever be enough? If only I could build a tower, pierce right through the clouds.
Some of them came off easy and some did not. And these are the little brass components that was holding them all together. 3, 3, 2, 2, and 1, 1. That's what was holding the earring together. That's what it looks like on the back. It probably took as long to assemble it as it did for me to take it apart. We've got them apart. How am I going to put it back together? Any ideas? I need some help here. These jump rings, I said I wanted to save those, but actually I don't think they're long enough to fit through this link chain, so I might need these jump rings after all. Doesn't mean I can't use both. I'm not 100% sure here what I'm doing, but somehow I'm going to add these to this and work these in too. Let's see if this jump ring will even fit through this hole. It does. Surprise, surprise. Now, will it dangle the way I want it to? No, I think it's going to get caught up on it. So I'm going to go ahead. Good thing I saved the little brass jump ring. I'm going to make sure I have this on here after all, the original jump ring. And they're kind of oval shaped now. I don't know if you could see that. But they're not round as much as they are oval. So now I'm going to take the larger jump ring and put it through the original jump ring. And these are one-sided, these little filigree. So I'm going to have to determine a front on this necklace and face all of these one direction. And I have then the clasp, the lobster clasp would go in the right hand to make this front facing. One down and many more to go. The first thing I need to do is close all of these up. Might as well just do that, right? Close them up. Did you like that song that I played for you? I might be playing a little more.
Saxophones at every hour. Who hasn't heard of me now? Then will I have had enough of trying to keep myself real tough? Will I ever settle down, steady even when it gets loud? When will it ever be enough? Ever be enough?
Well, what do you know? The combination of the chainmail, needle nose pliers, and this jump ring ring, it has other slots, but it seems like this is the one I always use. That worked out pretty good to close the jump rings up. And you'll find a link for my tools and these things below the video. Pick up one of these jump rings, and they're 7mm. 7mm jump ring. It would go through there if I really pushed it. So again, to open a jump ring, you just hold one side stationary and pull or push the other side. I'm going to put it through the little jump ring. There's too many here for you to see. Putting it through the little jump ring on this filigree. Let's call it a filigree teardrop. It's kind of what it looks like. And let's just kind of take a look here. See where we can place these. I think I'll go every other one. Just making sure that's closed up. In fact, I'm going to open this up this way. Try to get this all turned the same direction. I know it can move around a lot when you're working with these. And I need to remember which one is my center one. That's my center. Now let's try the ring on here. Not sure how many I'm going to put on here, but I'm just going to work my way out. Remember I said there's a front and back. I don't think it's going to be, you know what, they're just going to dangle any which way. So I don't think I'm going to be able to control too much the front or the back. I think what's happening is the larger jump ring is moving all over the place. So sometimes they're facing front forward, sometimes they're not. I'm going to continue putting these on, being mindful of what I determined to be the front of the little filigree teardrop. It really is kind of hard to tell the front from the back. Give it a little pinch. Oh, that jump ring's not closed. I thought I got all of these. I didn't. I don't know about you, but sometimes all the glare from the lights that I'm working under makes it kind of hard to see. So I have found that my glasses that I have for my computer, just call them computer glasses, actually help quite a bit because they have a non-glare layer in them for computer use, and I think they work really well for making jewelry. So if you have a pair, you might want to try those, because I just had to take a second and switch my glasses because of the glare of all my lights. I think you're getting the idea of what I'm doing here. I still want to work in some other charms, but I'm not sure what yet, what or where. I just wanted to see what this looked like first.
If only I could find a way to put an angel on your shoulder, tell you true things every day. By the time you get older, maybe it could be enough. You don't have to be so tough. Maybe you could settle down.
Let's try the center part of this again. This is my center. Well, I most certainly got carried away up one side of this, did I not? Goodness sakes, how did I do that? Kept favoring the right. I do believe this is my center. Let's keep adding to the left now.
Happy with the way it is now. When will it ever be enough? Ever be enough? Ever be enough? When will
I need one more to the left.
ever be enough?
I think I'm going to stop with those. I hope you watch all the way to the end of this video, because I'm going to share with you some of my takeaways from this upcycle. Some things that I would recommend if you're going to take this on, and some things that I would do differently next time. But with that said, we need to get back to it. Now, these earrings. What can we do with these little charms? First thing we can do is take them off of here. Just like we did the little filigree teardrops, we're going to take the charms off of here. And this time I'm going to go ahead and close the jump ring up right away. So I'm going to take all of these off of here. Cute as they are as earrings, I think we can do something else with them. Again, I'm closing up each jump ring. Just setting them aside. Chain and charms. Maybe I'll call the video this. Chain and charms necklace upcycle. Maybe you'll come across something like this and you can do the same thing. I'm sure it will probably be different components, but same idea. Take a couple of different necklaces and earrings and take them apart and reconfigure everything. I've made a lot of charm bracelets, but I haven't made very many charm necklaces. One more little flower. I mean, most of the work's been done for us. The jump rings have already been matched up to everything. Okay. That's what we've got from that earring. I'm going to do the same thing for this one. And again, I'll play some music for you, just in case you're tired of hearing me talk.
Happy with the way it is now. When will it ever be enough? Ever be enough? Ever be enough? When will
We have two leaves, two flowers with a little aqua blue little plastic bead here, two little flowers here, and two little flowers here. That's what we have to work with, and we have some more jump rings. So let's see where we want to work these in. Do I even want to work in all of them? That's the question. I'm going to the center. After counting links to the left and links to the right, I finally determined my center for sure. I haven't changed any of these at all. I did take one link off of this end, but I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is my center point. Thinking I want to put, I need to determine here real quick what I'm putting next to that before I lose it again. I'm going to add these little flowers with the aqua. So I'm going to go to the link on each side. I mean, I guess that kind of makes it symmetrical if I put a flower on each side versus just mixing them up. That's what we would have. I'm getting out of frame here. Do I want two flowers there and then the same flowers here? Do I want to do it that way, or do I want something different here? I think I want something different. Let's go with this flower because it's about the same size. If you're enjoying this video so far, I appreciate a thumbs up. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so. And keep watching. There's more.
I was never the one to write up a song for just anyone. I was always the one to find myself lost in long conversations.
Now, I don't have a lot of charms. I don't have as many charms as I do these filigrees, so I might need to alternate and space these out a little more. I think I'm going to work in the leaf next, and I'm going to skip and come over to this one. I can always change it. That's the nice thing about charms and jump rings, is you can always change it. Very easy fix once you find the center point, right? That took me a little while to find the center. I'm going to skip this one and put it here. So this one I am putting in the same pattern. And these are going to turn around. No way around it. They're going to turn around. I'm going to pick up this little aqua bead again over here to the right. But I'm going to skip to my Lou, my darling. Oh, that's an oldie. Telling my age there. See what happens when you're working late into the evening. I don't know, what time is it? I don't know what time it is. Let me look here. It's almost 9 o'clock. So if I get a little punchy, a little goofy, please forgive me. Let's go with, this one's kind of small. Let's go with that one. And again, I'm going to skip. So there, I'm going to put it here. It will show up better when I put it on a necklace display. You just have to trust me. I'm skipping here and there. This is where my ring could come in handy, just to open it, pick up a flower, and I'm going to skip that one. Have you ever made a charm necklace or just charm bracelets? What's your experience with making charm anything, charm jewelry? I've made a lot of charm bracelets, I really have. Not so much necklaces. I have two left. This little one, which needs to be over here somewhere. Oop, that jump ring's not closed very well. Can't have that. And let's, well, since this is the end, I'm not going to skip one. I'm not going to skip an extra one. I'll just put it, I mean, there's a space in between, a link in between, but I'm not going to get too far away there.
'Cause I've always been told that things will unfold if you keep on waiting. But then you came along.
I think we've got it. I think we do. I'm not sure that it's going to show up very well on here, but I will put it on a necklace display to show you. But this is what I've got, and everything's turning every which way at this point. That's just the nature of working with charms. I'm going to try to shape it into a little heart. I think the necklace looks pretty cute. What do you think? However, I do think we need a pair of earrings to go with it, and I'm not sure if I want just one dangle or two or three. That is the question. We do have everything incorporated that we started out with, except, I mean, I have these left, and I could just make a very simple pair of earrings. In fact, these were the ear wires from the original earrings, and because the color matches, and I will clean these, I haven't cleaned the ear wires yet because I typically replace the ear wires, but I will clean these. So let's go ahead and add this filigree. It's just going to be a very simple earring. I don't have any charms left to add to it. And I'm going to remove the chain. I do know when I upcycle jewelry that I always change out the ear wires. I say always, with rare exception. And that rare exception, I would clean them. And everything that I work with gets a wipe down. Okay, we've got some little earrings. I could use the chain and have a couple of these on here. I've got enough to do that. I didn't like it as long as what they are. So let's just say that we take 5 lengths of chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 lengths. Let's see what it looks like. I think they're just too long. Let me go back and add this to the ear wire. I'm going to open up the jump ring. Bear with me here. I'm going to open up the jump ring on the filigree teardrop. Maybe I'm going to open that. Anyway, I'm just going to open this sideways. Take everything off of here and do this the right way. Put the chain on first. I've got 5 lengths of chain. Very tiny, 5 lengths of chain. Now let's take and open this up and attach it to the bottom. Let's just attach it to the bottom. We'll work our way from the bottom up this time. Let's get a few more of these because we have them. So let's use them. And these might show up in another project someday because that's what happens. Like this chain here, that was in a necklace. Or earrings, I guess, earrings last year. All right, because the jump ring's open and because I need the jump ring, I'm just going to go ahead and attach this to the third loop here. I don't know if this is going to work or not. Oh, we've got 2. I need 1 more before I can tell if this idea is going to work. I'm going to attach this to the top jump ring, kind of staggering it, left, right, left, something like that. That's one option, just having 3 on here, or we could have the single. Which one do you like best? 3 or 1? Because this is so full, I feel like this needs to be at least 3. I mean, it could even have 5 for that matter, but let's put a little bit of chain on here.
'Cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, oh my sweet baby. I was never the one to give up the ghost. No, I was so stuck.
Curious to see what this looks like on the display. All right, I think that's better. I think having 3 and 3 is better than this, and better than just a single. This is all I have left. I just have that and the chandelier components, and that's it. That's all I have left. I have a little bit of chain, and I could add this as an extension. I did mention that. So, yeah, let's add a little extension. Doesn't hurt. I'm going to keep that jump ring right there. You know what? The chain doesn't have to be the same, but I'm going to go with it. And I think I'm going to allow just a couple of inches, I think. About 2 inches. That should be enough for this necklace. And if I had an extra charm, I'd put it on the end of the extension chain, but I'm out of them. And I don't think this will look right on the end of the extension chain. So this is what we have, a chain and charm necklace with a pair of earrings. Have you ever made something like this before? Is this something that you would wear, or is it too busy for you? I know that charm jewelry is not for everyone, but I think it still turned out pretty. I said that I would have some takeaways from this upcycle. I guess the first thing is make sure you use the right extension chain. Yeah, because I hadn't even tested out the lobster clasp with that chain. It was fine when I was putting it in the jump ring at the end, but it did not work when I decided to add more of the same chain for the extension. After trying on the necklace, I quickly realized that adding more of the same chain as the extension chain wasn't going to work because the lobster clasp doesn't fit through the link. So that's not going to work. So I found some other chain. You know, this chain is oval and this chain is oval. So I'm just going to have to attach a different type of chain because I definitely need that lobster clasp to fit through the link on the extension chain. I don't know how I missed that, but you know, I was trying it on and tried the extender to see what that length would look like, and that's when I discovered it. So since I'm adding this on a different chain, let's just add about 3 inches. I still don't have a charm lined up for the end of this. It would be nice to have something. I also have this extension chain. I thought it was a little bit fine, so I went with the oval one here, but I do have this tiny little diamond at the end. So I'm taking that off and adding it here for a little accent charm at the end of the extension chain. I mean, it's really, really tiny, but you know, it finishes it off. So now it's fully functional. The lobster clasp will go through the jump ring or any of the links and the extension chain. And that's a good thing. So we got that fixed. I still need to put it on the necklace display and show it to you that way. So that's one takeaway, is to make sure that your lobster clasp, if you're using one, will fit through the extension chain. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't think about that. You know, I had what I call a blay moment. Do you know what that is? Blay moment? For me, it's part blonde, part gray. If you're a brunette, I think it would be called bray, but for me it's blay. Part blonde, part gray. I have those sometimes. Another takeaway is to try to use components that are two-sided, not one-sided. Because if they're two-sided, you don't have to worry about them turning, turning on the necklace. With these particular components, the little filigree teardrops was fine. I mean, it didn't look that much different from the front to the back, but all the other charms are going to turn here and there as you're wearing it. So if you can use two-sided charms, I would do that. And the last thing is, I'm thinking about investing in one of those tools that's like a third hand, because it would have been nice if I could have just strung the chain out between those two holders. I'll insert a photo here. You have two holders like this, and you can put the chain from here to here, and it will hold it in the exact position you want it so that you can easily attach the charms and find your link very easy to attach those charms. I don't know what they cost, but I'm going to look it up on my Amazon affiliate links. If I can find it, I'll put it in the description box below the video. Look below the video where it says more, and that opens up the drop-down box that shows you all my links for tools and things like that. So I think that third hand idea sounds pretty good. We might be able to use the tying station that we've used before in my bead weaving bracelets. I didn't get it out for this video, or you know what? Just keep watching here. We're going to try it and see if that would work to hold the chain in place, if it would have helped at all. If it does, problem solved. If not, the third hand tool, I don't know what it's really called. I've heard it referred to as the third hand tool. That might be the solution. Because it is challenging to work with chain because it wants to roll and turn and flip, and you got to keep straightening it out and straightening it out to find the length that you want to link the charm to. So keep watching here. I'm going to show you if the tying station works. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And of course the necklace is done, but I'll still try putting it in there. Let's find out if this tying station would have helped. When I've shown it in the videos, I've only shown the top part, but there's a second part to this. You just have to pick your pieces and parts that you want to use. I'm going to loosen this one. So actually, what I should be doing is, if I wanted to use this to help with keeping the chain straight, okay. The link of the chain isn't going to fit over it. There is a fix for that, a temporary fix. At least we'll find out if this works or not. I have a fairly large jump ring, and I'm just going to find a place here. I'm going to center up my area where I want to add charms and just go ahead and put it through one of the links of the chain and put that down over the screw. If I can get it to work. Chain might be too thick. I don't want to damage the chain, but if I can get that to go down. And it does come with these little foam pieces and protectors and things. Let's give this a try. Let's see if we can hold that in place enough. Tighten it, but not too tight. Stretch it out. I might have to turn it on its side to get the chain visually to hang straight. Oh, I need to put a jump ring about here. Add another jump ring. I think a slightly larger jump ring would be better. But I'm experimenting here. I know some of you have purchased this tying station for making bead weaving bracelets. You know, my style of bead weaving. Everybody has their own style. I have my own style. But try to get that jump ring to go down over here. You know, it's not holding it very tight. That was my goal, to hold it tight. So I think I need to tighten that up a little bit. I need to come back. I'm just going to open that with my fingers here, just to be able to quickly move that back to another link. Not worried if I bend this thin jump ring. I don't want to bend or break my chain. Okay, let's try to tighten this up a little bit, not too tight. Again, tilt this so that everything's hanging down. Will this help? Or do I have it twisted already? I'm looking here. It could help. I mean, the problem is the charms, as you see, are falling down in. The purpose of trying this is to make sure the chain is staying in one position so I can add the loops. It's still moving around, which I guess it could still move around if it's hanging this way too. I can't say for certain if that I like this idea. I guess it would do in a pinch. But because of this open area here, if this was filled in with something, piece of foam or something, if you had something that you could fill this in and block the charms from falling down in there, that would be helpful. As far as I'm concerned, well, I think we might be able to make this work, but I'd have to cut a piece of foam that's one piece the whole length and fit in here. And I do have some things I could possibly work with. So it's a possibility this could work. I'm not going to say 100%. I think the other type of stations might work better. However, when I was reading reviews on some of them said they were very light and they fell over easy. Some said they weren't soldered very well, so they didn't last very long. That's why I showed you two types in the photos. I'm thinking about getting the one that has the little round tray in the bottom. It's really meant for soldering, but I think the base is sturdier. What I don't know, I have to contact someone. I don't know how wide it is between the clips. That's what I don't know. I think it's only maybe 5 or 6 inches. So that's the only thing I don't know. I'll put both links below the video, and I'll bring this link up to the top in case you want to try the tying station. Until I actually order in and try those, I'm not sure what to recommend, so I'll have to get back with you on that. But I'll put all the links for this tying station because I do use this quite a bit for my bead weaving bracelets, and I'll share links of the third hand tools for you to take a look and decide. This is a maybe, might work, but this absolutely needs filled in so that the charms aren't falling inside, because the slightest movement and you're working with it and the charms are sliding down in, and that doesn't help at all. All right, well, we tried it though. Somehow we'll find a solution to make this easier. But those are my takeaways. Use the correct extension chain and double check your lobster clasp with it. And use two-sided charms if you can. And if you can use the tying station or one of those other tools that holds the chain, that would be great. That would be very helpful. And I will be listing it in our eBay store, Avante Avenue, so you'll find a link for this below the video. I hope you enjoyed today's upcycle. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. By the way, did you notice my earrings? Probably not. My hair was down, but I made these almost a year ago, and they have a little butterfly on it. So, I got out my butterfly pin, decided to have a little fun.